Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports NBA action. It's coming up. Along with Stan Van Gundy and Hall of Famer Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce will be with us courtside. Let's see some of the numbers here for him.
And over the last 5 games, his field goal percentage has increased. And you can make a case his confidence as well because of this.
So a look at our starters for Orlando. LaMarcus Aldridge out there with Domantas Sabonis. Then there's Anthony Edwards. Then there's Paul George. And it's Hardaway in at the 1. And for the Pelicans, they've got Johnson. And it's Thurman in at the center position. And Grant, one thing we know about these teams, they can both go deep into their bench. That's a luxury.
Yeah, a luxury indeed. And they don't have to worry as much about foul trouble or guys getting worn down. Credit to both front offices for building such complete rosters.
Now here's Maxey. Pass to Tripucka. To the middle. Here's Thurman. And he goes in for the dunk.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Now Edwards. Lets it go from the wing. And he knocks the jumper down.
Effective use of the mid-range there by Edwards. He's a true three-level scorer.
Here's Tripucka. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Sabonis in the post. For 3, George. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's New Orleans now. Pass to Tripucka. There's the triple. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
You know, one thing about Maxey is that he always is looking for an outlet.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I was able to talk with Willie Green for a minute. Coach and I talked about the difficulties playing against Anthony Edwards. He said, quote, usually you worry about his offense, but he's shown the last few years that he's a lockdown defender when he wants to be. That's something that we'll need to factor into our game plan. And defense is now a concern for coaches as well. Guys, back to you.
Thank you for that, Allie. Here's Tripucka, coming off a terrific game against Brooklyn. Thurman passes to Maxey. Five to shoot. And they'll turn it over. Couldn't get the shot off. A shot clock violation. The Magic have gone 1 for 3 so far. Hardaway, the pass to Aldridge. Up top, Edwards. Kicks it to George. Just 5 to shoot. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Tripucka, pass to Johnson. Off target from outside. Magic trail by 3. Well, we have a chance to hear from Shams Charania. He's calling in right now. Shams, great to have you on, bud.
Well, this summer saw Hall of Famer Joe Dumars put in charge of the Pelicans front office, returning to his home state of Louisiana. He talked about it being the right place, right time, right people in New Orleans. And he's looking to ensure it's super organized, classy, and elite organization.
They'll get there. Shams, thank you. And here's New Orleans now. After the basket by Orlando. Tripucka, no good.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Hardaway, the pass to Aldridge. Oh, there's the alley. Up high and down it goes on the lob.
Yeah, just an outstanding find by Maxey. More than willing to give it up to open teammates.
Pass to Edwards. Inside. And here's Sabonis. Rebounded by Johnson. Here's Maxey. To the paint. Here's Thurman. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
What's up? The line for New Orleans, Nate Thurman, shooting 1.
And the free throw, no good. Well, after the Magic traded away Dwight Howard back in 2012, seems like they spent about a decade in limbo, Grant.
That's so true, B.A. And once they finally committed to building through the draft, the turnaround was pretty rapid, showing the upside of drafting and developing from the ground up.
Now here's Maxey. No made baskets yet. In the layup for two.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Sabonis with a screen on Johnson. Aldridge down low. Covered by Johnson. Aldridge misses. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. Their last meeting was in Orlando, where they were unable to fight off the Magic.
And last time against this team, they struggled with foul trouble. It led to an ugly loss.
Yeah, look, when your best players can't stay on the floor, that's a problem. It puts your team in a really difficult position to win.
Edwards, that's good.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Here's King, coming off a 22-point game against Brooklyn.
And he really made them pay for every foul. Spent much of his time draining shots from the free throw line.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The first third of an NBA season, Grant, it sort of sets the foundation for the year's power structure.
Oh, that's so true, B.A. We start to see which teams are elite, who's running the show, and we find out who needs to think about making some changes.
So it's both teams making substitutions here. A group of teams that love to run. The NBA leaders in fast break scoring. Orlando, number one.
This squad loves to run. Their coaches allow them to play quick, free basketball, and it shows up in their fast break points.
And here's Hardaway. No points so far. There's a screen. Launches it. Fires in the triple.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from there.
Here's Beck. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Right side Maxey. Up and over Hardaway. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the look they want. It's tough work in the mid-range area.
There's the three. And again, it's Orlando with a three.
A big man with outstanding vision. Sometimes it seems like Sabonis has eyes in the back of his head.
Here's Tripucka, guarded by Edwards. Thurman passes to Maxey. Johnson on the wing. 4-3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Orlando has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Kemp. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Magic lead by 2.
Well, that's where you want to be, getting those easy money looks.
Well, Sabonis already top 10 all-time in triple-doubles.
Yeah, he's a prolific scorer, rebounder, and playmaker. And B.A., he continues to add layers to his game, and he's still in the thick of his prime. Boy, he can't miss right now. This is as locked in as you get.
Pass to Sabonis. Rebounded by New Orleans. Johnson's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here he goes. Here's Tripucka. Here's Thurman. He's guarded by Sabonis. Outside Johnson. They set the pick. 6 on the shot clock. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. Edwards, the pass to Sabonis. No good with the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Maxey surveys. Down low. Here's Thurman. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
Edwards, the pass to Hardaway. Back to Edwards. Orlando moving the ball around. George for 3. It's hauled in by Thurman. Thurman's got 4 rebounds now.
Well, this period, he's been his own worst enemy, and now he's pressing.
Maxey with a screen on Edwards. Tripucka, pass to Johnson. Gets the 3 ball to go. And now a 5-point New Orleans lead.
They're keeping the defense honest. Johnson cashes in from the corner.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
To the inside. Outside Hardaway. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Sabonis. They can't stop the run with that one.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Here's Tripucka, making a mark on the offensive end, scoring around 13 a game. Tries the spin move. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Johnson for 3. Kemp with the rebound.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
And he gets it to go.
After missing his first 4 shots, he finally gets one to drop.
The Pelicans lead by 3. And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And Grant, the son of Hall of Famer Arvydas Sabonis, how much do you think Domas modeled his game after his dad?
Well, B.A., I played against his dad. Arvydas was 5 inches taller, but the elite skill set shared in common. No doubt, Domas took a lot of pointers from his father.
So both teams changing it up here. We are now into November, so let's check in on the standings in the Western Conference. Taking a look at the Pelicans, not the start they were hoping for. They're in the bottom half of their conference. Out to the right wing. Back to Porter. There's a minute 40 left in the opening quarter. Here's Beal. Paul George pulls it in.
Nice work defensively to contest that shot right at the rim. Nothing easy.
Got it.
Yeah, good luck stopping that. When PG is hitting the pull-up with his size and hops, you just got to tip your hat.
Now here's Porter, taking a look at his production, averaging just over 8 points a game. Maxey passes to Porter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And again, New Orleans no good. And so George will bring it up for the Magic. They trail by 1. Cunningham on the wing. Pass to Kemp. Cunningham outside. Zubac with a screen on Porter. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
Huge size disadvantage for the defense. Might as well just get out of the way.
Beal outside. Pass to Maxey. 24 seconds left to play in the first. Lets it go from 14. It's rebounded by Zubac. George outside. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one. Orlando ahead, leading by a point. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And for Orlando, what jumps out to you guys, stat-wise?
Oh, what I love was that first quarter was all about leaking out and capitalizing in transition.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Magic starting the second. We've got Cade Cunningham, George out there with Ivica Zubac. And it's Kemp in at the 4-man position. Stolen. Right side Maxey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Only 6'2", but Maxey got some spring in his step.
Orlando leading. Wilkins, the pass to Cunningham. Up and over Porter. Oh, Cade Cunningham, strong.
Wow, they're really being taken advantage of defensively out there. No rim protection whatsoever.
And this young Magic team plays a stifling brand of defense, Dan.
Yeah, the best we've seen in Orlando since the Hall of Famer Dwight Howard patrolled the paint. That team also had great coaching.
Clock at 2. Porter's shot is off.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Now here's Beal. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. It was a lost season for the New Orleans Pelicans. Continued injury troubles derailing a team that, when healthy, looked capable of a top seed, leaving some wondering whether a curse needed lifting. But with some draft help and a still talented roster, the hope is this will be the year. Back over to you guys.
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Pelicans trail by 3. Three-pointer. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
This speaks to the confidence Beal has in himself. Terrific work catching and firing off the catch.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And the Pelicans last season, Stan, just 21 wins. Their worst record in over a decade.
Well, look, they were hamstrung by injuries. And that's been an issue for the last few years with New Orleans. When healthy, this team has the talent to compete in the West, but they haven't been able to stay healthy.
a change here. King's checked in. Aldridge is checked in for Orlando. On defense, New Orleans. Cunningham outside. Shoots over Maxey, and Cunningham gets it to go on the assist by George. Cunningham's got 6 here in the quarter. Inside, here's Beck. Ooh, a two-handed power slam.
Over his time in the league, Maxey has really improved his playmaking.
3 minutes of action thus far in the second. Cunningham against Maxey. And it's Cade with the finish inside.
Well, after a silent first quarter, this is who they needed him to be. This is why you never count a guy out.
And there's the screen. To the middle. Powered down after the assist led him to the lane.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Now here's Cunningham. Give him 8. Lets the 3 fly. Bradley Beal puts it in. And so it's Beal who brings up the ball for the Pelicans. Snatched away. It's George on the wing. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6 from deep so far. Here's Beck. Oh, a great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and a nasty jam.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
There's the steal. Here's King. Banked it in off the glass. And it's a 4-point New Orleans lead. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Pelicans.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
They're also managing to make lots of trouble for their opponent in transition. Right away, they're finding points on the break.
Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
Beal, the pass to Beck. Now here's Maxey. 6 to shoot. Fires high post. And misses it off the right side of the rim. For Orlando, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to fall in the second. George with the bucket. George has got his second basket of the game.
There's the athleticism from George, getting loose out there.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So both teams making some changes here. And we take a look now at the season's most efficient scorers from around the league. 5th is LaMarcus Aldridge.
He's been fantastic scoring the ball, shooting it at a high clip.
For New Orleans, they've gotten 6 of 10 shots to drop in the second. Nice work. Here's Tripucka, guarded by Edwards. Outside Johnson. There's a screen. Clock at 4. Shot from the wing. And again, no good by New Orleans. Well, the Magic's shooting 52% from the floor so far. Oh, and Johnson with a block.
Well, that's excellent defense by Johnson. Able to protect the rim without foul.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Now here's Maxey. 6 points for him. And again, New Orleans no good. And he's going for the oop here. And an emphatic jam on the lob.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Pass to King. Maxey with it. A reliable offensive contributor, putting up almost 14 a game.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Outside Edwards. Down low. And Aldridge with the basket on the assist by Edwards. Aldridge has gotten his first bucket of the night. Maxey against Hardaway. Maxey passes to Beck. And stolen by Aldridge. Here's Edwards. Oh! Edwards packs it home.
Well, talk about a guy who plays above the rim. Anthony Edwards.
Maxey on the wing, defended by Hardaway. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. As someone who helped make the game what it is today, what do you think of the modern NBA, Stan?
Well, look, B.A., skill level has never been higher. These players are the best that have ever played the game. We've got more guys on the floor who can shoot the ball, more guys who can handle and pass. So the game is at its height. There is always going to be things that can be improved, but we've got to really appreciate what we're seeing in today's players.
Porter Jr., he's checked in for Maxey. To the left side wing. Here's King, a valuable part of their offense, averaging a little more than 16 a game. It's good. King's got his second bucket of the night.
Great work collapsing the defense, then kicking it out.
Now here's Hardaway. They lead by 4. Orlando moving the ball around. Pass to Edwards. Fires from deep. The Pelicans pull it in. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at Dallas. They'll match up against the Mavericks. It's a quick turnaround on the road. Just one game. Here's Porter. Yet to see a basket. Here's King. Over Edwards. Here's Beck. Uses the glass on the layup.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Here's Wilkins. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Oh, man. He got fancy with that finish.
He may be trying to provide the spark they need to break this one open. And thanks to AT&T for a great look at that dunk on their connected cam. Pelicans trail by 4. Now here's Porter. In his last outing, 8 points for him. Pass to Tripucka. Outside for Porter. Now Johnson. The 3-ball. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Johnson's got 6.
Quick attack there by Johnson so that the defense has little time to react. Look out!
Wow! Oh, my goodness. Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Orlando shooting their first free throw of the evening. And the Magic making a change here. Sabonis checked in. Grant, when you talk about the Pelicans, year after year, it comes back to health.
And you sometimes wonder if there's something in the water in New Orleans or some bad juju, because they're certainly due for some better luck.
Here's Maxey. Orlando grabs the miss.
It's always hard to get a win on the road, especially when you show zero energy on the defensive end.
Yeah, when you have a defensive showing this poor, it's normally due to an overall lack of effort.
One reason this game is so tight is because both teams are hitting the boards with reckless abandon.
Pass to Tripucka. Back to Maxey. Johnson a screen on Hardaway. And he lobs it up top. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. Hardaway against Maxey. Outside Edwards. Aldridge passes to Edwards. Picked by Sabonis. Out to the wing. Here's Wilkins. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. 54 seconds left in the second period.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points. Outside Edwards. Back to Hardaway. From outside the arc. Oh, wow. Drew the contact, and that three almost went in. So he'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
Hey, nice work attracting the foul from deep. He'll shoot 3.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now.
Taking 3 shots.
And he hits the first of 3. And while they've continued to progress into an elite defense, the Magic knew they had to improve offensively.
And balancing a roster is tricky, B.A. You don't want to lose that defensive identity, but you got to give up something to get something back.
Paul George, he's checked in for Orlando. And the new front office for New Orleans, aiming to set a high standard, Stan.
Yeah, B.A., amidst some adversity with help, the Pelicans have to focus what's in their hands to control and leave no stone unturned in chasing greatness.
And he makes all 3.
I love it. In attack mode, drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
There's the screen. Pass to Thurman. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
There is no doubt what's going to happen once he reaches the rim.
Magic leading by 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hardaway with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. George passes to Sabonis, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Nice aggressive move by Sabonis to get to the line. He's not going to be intimidated by tight defense.
Orlando shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight.
For 2.
The first one falls.
What an impressive job Sabonis has done in the league. Truly a premier big man. He's really expanded his game over the years.
And Sabonis drops them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Johnson a screen on Hardaway. Here's Maxey. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Orlando ahead, up by 5. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Welcome, everybody. It may be early on in the season, but not too early to take a full assessment of the Eastern Conference standings.
A look here now at the Magic. It's still early, and we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but right now, they are easily the best team in the league.
Well, we knew they'd be good, but we didn't know they'd be this good. And talking about our game now, a very solid first half for the Orlando Magic.
Got to give it up for their second unit, leaping off that bench, going out there playing like starters.
Roster depth, a key factor for them here. Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Orlando leading by 5. They've got Johnson, and it's Tripucka in at the shooting guard. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Edwards, no good.
He had more than enough room to hit that, just couldn't make it happen.
Some nice passing by New Orleans here. Hardaway against Maxey. Pass to Tripucka. Back to Maxey. Up and over Hardaway. And it's Maxey missing.
It's clear he's totally out of sync. The team needs to rethink its strategy around what to do with him.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, guys. Tyrese Maxey, a late first-round pick back in 2020. He's become an all-star. He said, quote, "I've always had that chip with me from day one. I had to earn everything I got from a basketball perspective and make a name for myself. I try hard to foresee and envision this." BA, back to you.
The drive for greatness. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Takes a 13-footer. The shot no good.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
2 points. That one goes.
Such a nice touch on the ball from Aldridge. He knows exactly how much power to put on the inside shot.
Pass to Tripucka. Over Edwards. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's on Anthony Edwards. New Orleans shooting their second and third shots at the line here.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw misses. And he sinks the second. Here's Hardaway. He's got 9. Aldridge outside. Puts up a 3. And it's Tripucka with the rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Maxey on the wing. Defended by Hardaway.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Stan, a recent development in Anthony Edwards' game, his three-point shooting.
Yeah, Brian, he led the league in threes attempted last year and shot it at a good percentage, too. He's such a good driver. Taking lots of threes will open things up for him.
Clock at 6. Out left to the wing. Aldridge. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. Aldridge has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Maxey against Hardaway. Now here's Maxey. Not a lot of room. Over Hardaway. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offensively.
Aldridge outside. Pass to Edwards. From downtown, Orlando gets it back. George for three. The shot is good on the assist by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 3 assists in the game. Maxey against Hardaway. Pass to Tripucka. And it's Orlando with a rebound.
Things have been a little bumpy coming into the second half. 5 straight misses.
And King pulls it down.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Here's Tripucka. Orlando with a rebound. Aldridge has got 5 rebounds tonight. Basket's good. George has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Getting it done inside. You know, I love seeing George be active on the interior.
And here's Maxey outside. And again, New Orleans no good.
Well, for him, this has been a quarter to forget. He is not helping them close the gap.
Nails it from beyond the arc. Edwards got 14 points for the game.
I just love the ball movement.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. You look at Orlando, they've started strong this year, holding the second-place spot.
Yeah, right now for the Magic, they've just been relentless coming out of the gates. And what I love is that everyone is focused. You couldn't have asked for a better start.
Yeah, and it's to no one's surprise. This is a well-run, well-coached organization. They have a strong culture. They're going to be a tough out for anyone.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
The three is up. It's hauled in by Thurman. Thurman's got 9 rebounds now. To the paint. To stop the drought. And he elevates for the dunk. Domantas Sabonis on the wrong end of that one.
B.A., forget about attempting the long-range 3 to cut into that lead. Just attack the rim, my man.
Man, that was sweet. Now Hardaway. 9 points in the game. Outside Edwards. Pass to Aldridge. And out of bounds. New Orleans will have it. And a quick look at how New Orleans' schedule is shaping up. On Sunday, they head out on the road to face the Mavericks in Dallas. And then on Monday...
And looking at the Philadelphia matchup, anything can happen in the NBA. But they'll be a heavy favorite, and it would take a total meltdown for them to lose.
Pelicans trail by 14. Outside Maxey. Driving to the basket.
And what a slash by Maxey. I mean, so good at forcing the defense's hand.
New Orleans shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
At the line for New Orleans, Tyrese Maxey. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw's good from Maxey.
You really can't understate the energy Maxey brings to his game. Not just effort level, but his attitude and how that spreads to his guys out there.
Both free throws good from Maxey.
Well, you see why teams try to avoid fouling him. You're basically giving away points.
Here's George. And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, such a skilled scorer. When George is looking to attack, it puts pressure on the D.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And you got to give Paul George credit for his mental toughness. There's always lots of chatter out there, but he tunes it out and just focuses on his game.
George hits them both. Here's Tripucka. They're doing what they can do to mount a comeback.
And BA, they don't have to get it all back at once. Just focus on making every possession count.
From the top of the key. Second chance effort. The shot by Johnson, no good.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Sabonis, the pass to Hardaway. Johnson against George. Pass to Edwards. 4 on the clock. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. The #1 overall pick in 2020. Greg, you think Anthony Edwards has a shot to become the best American-born player in the NBA?
You know, I think his aspiration is higher than that, BA. He's thinking MVP, face of the league. And if you ask me, he has the talent to do it.
The first free throw is good.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
And so he hits both.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
And here is Maxey. Give him 8 points now. Pass to Tripucka. To the middle. Here's Thurman. And it's going to be a 3-second call. And these are the teams that have looked to score from the paint often during this season. Fourth, the Magic.
This team has done a great job of hitting the boards, and they do tremendous work boxing out.
And the Magic with possession. They're on a 16-5 run. It's George on the wing. Outside Edwards. Launches a 3. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Tripucka. Pass to Maxey. Pass to Beck. Hey, he's now 6 for 6. He is cooking right now.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Here's Kemp. Outside Edwards. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Thurman. Thurman's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Tripucka. Back to Maxey. Out to the right wing. Corner shot. Tripucka, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
And Edwards slams it in.
Terrific play by Edwards. Moves like this are what makes him so much fun to watch.
And so Willie Green decides to call a timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy. Pass to Tripucka. Here's Beck. 12 points for him. 5 on the clock. And here's Maxey outside. And Domas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got rebound number 11.
If this quarter is any indication, he's not going to be the guy to turn this game around in their favor.
Pass to George. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup. George has got 9 points now in the second half.
Yeah, you have to give him a lot of credit here. He's turned things around after a disappointing first half.
Here's Tripucka, guarded by Edwards. Tripucka gets the bucket.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Shots from point-blank range.
Pass to Kemp. George outside. Yep, count it. George has got 11 here in the quarter alone.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific this quarter.
Pass to Tripucka. To the left wing. Down low. The kick out to Johnson. Good. Johnson's got 8.
All right, we know Johnson favors these close-in looks. He likes a sure thing.
And so now a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He's going to take a minute to regroup with his players. Making a switch here.
Substitution on the court.
And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Orlando. Pass to Zubac. And here's George. Orlando moving the ball around. No good on the three. Pelicans trail by 16. Wicks the pass to Porter. Here's Beck. The layup off target. George feels it out a bit. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter here.
And when you look at the numbers over the last few years, it's clear that George has made a jump as a playmaker.
New Orleans has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Back to Maxey. Blocked! And they get it back. Here's George. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Wicks has got 4 rebounds now. Here's Maxey. Outside Porter. Count that one. Porter's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
And so it's Orlando with an impressive 16-point lead heading into the break. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We'll be back in a moment. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, he really just helps tie this team together. They know they can count on him to set them up.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Fourth quarter on the court for the Magic. They've got Cunningham, and it's Kemp in at the power forward position. Here's Beck. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's on LaMarcus Aldridge.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
At the line for your Pelicans, Byron Beck. 2 shots.
2 shots. Last on the
first. And he drops the first. And that's good as he hits both shots.
And they've been playing with much greater physicality this half. Getting themselves to the free throw line is a bust.
Here's Wilkins. The Pelicans pull it in. Johnson passes to Beck. Out of bounds. It'll be Magic ball. Orlando making a switch here. Zubac checked in.
42. Ivica Zubac.
Magic leading by 14. Zubac with a screen on Beal. And it's slammed in by Zubac.
I just love to watch Cunningham orchestrate. At his size, that passing is elite.
Beal outside. 60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Here's Wilkins. Pass to Hardaway. Here's Wilkins. Shot clock at 5. The Magic need to put one up here. For 3, Hardaway. It's hauled in by New Orleans. Johnson's got 11 rebounds in the game. Porter from outside. Knocks it down from distance.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Releases from 15. And there's Cunningham on the assist from Hardaway. And the Magic lead by 15. Outside Johnson. Back to Porter. Beal from outside. And again, it's New Orleans with a three.
Yeah, Beal is a real volume three-point shooter. The defense cannot afford to let him get hot from the arc.
Pass to Cunningham. Shoots over Beal. And it's Cunningham missing. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for the Pelicans. Now here's Beal. Three-pointer. Hardaway grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Aldridge. Orlando moving the ball around. Fires the three. Knocks down the triple.
And he's not taking it easy on them at all. I mean, we all know he's going to keep pouring it on.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And it's Cunningham missing. Pelicans trail by 13. Outside Johnson. Here's King. Over Cunningham. And it's King missing. Magic leading by 13. Cunningham with the ball. Outside Hardaway. Pass to Zubac. Kicks it out to Aldridge. Here's Wilkins. Covered by Johnson. Wilkins can't hit. New Orleans has gone 6 of 14 from the perimeter tonight. That one falls.
Well, I'm a big fan of the passing aspect of Johnson's game. He's proven to be a very unselfish, team-oriented guy.
And we've got a timeout from Jamal Mosley. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now, keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate the report, Allie. Magic leading by 11. Aldridge outside. Lets it fly from 18. Off the window. It's good.
Well, for someone who is mostly an off guard, Edwards puts up great assist numbers.
Tripucka, pass to Thurman. Now Maxey, he's watched by Cunningham. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Now here's Cunningham. George outside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Can you even believe this is the same guy? What a difference here in the second half.
Maxey against Cunningham. Maxey passes to King. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Tripucka. From deep. Rebound by the Magic. Sabonis has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. George passes to Aldridge. Cunningham on the wing. Maxey covering. And it's Orlando with another.
Yeah, they need Cunningham to be effective from that mid-range area.
Here's Tripucka. Pass to Thurman. Now here's Maxey. He's watched by Cunningham. Nice D from Sabonis. Magic leading by 15. Edwards finds George. Lets it fly from 18. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Well, he's put that first half behind him and looks like his confidence is back.
Pass to King. Here's Thurman. Right side Maxey. Thurman passes to Beck. Now Maxey. Some nice passing by New Orleans here. This one for three. Beck, no good.
He's been tremendous at corralling misses all night long.
No doubt how much those boards impact the overall outcome. You can't give them extra chances.
George's shot is off. Pelicans trail by 17. Pass to Beck. Here's Tripucka, guarded by Edwards. Oh, Sabonis with the steal. Lets it go from deep. Edwards, no good.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from three.
Cunningham against Maxey. Pass to King. Here's Beck. Here's Thurman. Clock at 6. Over Sabonis. And again, New Orleans, no good.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
George's shot is off. The Pelicans have gone 5 of 11 so far in the fourth. Cunningham against Maxey. To win the drought. Nails it from 3. Maxey's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, anytime Maxey gets off a 3, that's a good look for this squad.
Outside Edwards. Aldridge outside. That one's good for 2. And the Magic lead by 16.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. Must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
He's trying to will this team back into it, doing all he can offensively.
To the inside. Intercepted. Here's Tripucka. Now Maxey. Puts it up from 17. Got a piece of it.
And he's doing things on the glass tonight that we don't often see.
Well, it's all due to his energy and effort, as well as how well he's been able to get ideal positioning on the glass.
Here's George. He launches. Ooh, it doesn't go. Pelicans trail by 14. And here is Maxey.
Yeah, just quick and crafty. Maxey really makes it tough on the defenders.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan.
Tyrese Maxey. The Pelicans call timeout. Pelicans fans, here's your Pelicans team.
Johnson, he's checked in for the Pelicans. And the Magic making a change here as well. Hardaway's checked in. And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw. Magic leading by 13. Sabonis looking over the floor. Ooh, look at Edwards get after it inside.
Well, when Edwards gets this hot, all an opponent can hope to do is limit the damage.
Johnson. Maxey. Money from three.
Slow reaction from the D, and it cost them 3.
Orlando has gone 1 for 5 shooting from the arc here in the fourth. Edwards fires. Oh, he cannot hit.
Now, there's your rim protection. That's how you defend the post.
Yeah, that's an outstanding defensive stand in close.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
The Magic shooting a nice 50% for the game. 1:24 left in the fourth quarter. Now George. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen. Pelicans trail by 12. Up top, Maxey. Defended by Hardaway. Yes, sir! Count it!
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting. Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Magic.
The coaching staff has to be happy with the way they've limited their turnovers here.
Yeah, B.A., that's hashtag facts. Just tremendous patience and self-control.
This will mark their 13th win of the year. Not a bad number.
And that's a sweep of the season series. It's clear who the matchup favored. They'll wish they could have seen more of these guys.
And propelling them to a solid win, it was a night of big plays for Domantas Sabonis.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
6 on the shot clock. George! Oh, can't hit the jumper. And you never want to say never, but in this case...
Yeah, at this point, I don't even know if divine intervention could turn this around.
So no problem for Orlando as they get the win. Boy, a nice win on the road. By the time this one was winding down, this building was stone cold silent.
And that's exactly what you got to do. You have to try to take the crowd out of it.
And that about wraps it up. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you later.